Okay, this is the hardest problem in the bunch, or it just is the most complete. It just requires the most steps. So this one is where we're really putting it all together for the whole year. The first thing that I should do is do keep change change. Now I see a negative sign there, but it's in front of a 4. So I don't really actually have to change this. I can just think of this as -4. But if you did change it, you're really just changing it to plus -4, and it would be 0 plus -4, which you don't even need to actually write. So it still just turns into -4. So I typically don't change that at all. I just leave the -4 just like that. But this says -4 times the quantity of 2x minus 3 minus 10 equals 3x plus 24. And so the first thing that I do is keep change change. I would do keep change change to this subtraction in here. Yes, you can do keep change change inside of the parentheses. And then I would do it again right there. Subtracting 10, I would change it to adding -10. Again, the advantage of doing this is that when you're adding these up, it makes it just easy. When everything's being added, you can shift things around more without having to worry about your signs. A lot of students struggle with that. My next step would be to do the distributive property. So I see that there is a -4 right outside the parentheses. I am going to multiply it by everything inside of the parentheses. And that would give me -4 times 2x is -8x. And then plus -4 times -3 is +12. A very common mistake was students would say that was -12, but it is not. It is +12. And then this would become plus -10. And then I'm just rewriting everything else. So you know what? I'm going to use black for the plus -10 because it was the original color of the ink. And then the other side should be equal to 3x plus 24. So everything else stays the same. The distributive property just says that 4 negative sets of 2x plus -3 is the same as -8x's and 12 ones. So now the next step is to do combining like terms. So if I combine like terms, I see that I have one set of like terms. I have a 12 plus -10. So I can combine 12 plus -10, and I can get +2, sorry. I can get +2 and rewrite everything else. So everything else should be -8x plus 2 equals 3x plus 24. Now some students say this can't be solved any further, right? I saw a lot of students think that we couldn't solve anything any further. I'm not sure where that was coming from. But yes, I can definitely, like, this looks like a very familiar problem to me. I can still remove balance sets. I can still do inverse operations here. So let's go through and do those. Most common thing for students to do next was to get rid of this -2, or get rid of the 2. So they would subtract 2 and then subtract 2 on the other side to stay balanced, which is great. And then I have -8x is all that's left. And on the other side, I would have 3x, but I would also have 24 minus 2, which is 22. And then my next step would be to, most students' next steps actually was then to, now that we've gotten rid of the 1s on this side, to get rid of the x's over here. So we want to get rid of these x's, -3x, -3x. And this was another place where some students ran into some problems. -8x minus 3x. Some students would say this was 5x, but this is -11x. And then the other side, the x's go away. 3x minus 3x is 0, and all I have left over here is 22. And then finally, my last step is I have this -11 I need to get rid of, and in order to get rid of it, it is being multiplied by x. So because this is being multiplied, I am going to divide. So I am going to divide by -11, and then I have to divide this side by -11, and what I am left with is 1x, and then Negative 11x divided by negative 11 is 1x. And then 22 divided by negative 11 is negative 2. And that should be our solution. So we have 2x equals negative 2 in this problem. All right.